Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Hope you're enjoying your Hanukkah plans as we're always getting ready for the holidays here at Passover Listings. We're really excited to have a special guest on today. We did these a lot last year, and this year we're going to be doing a lot of interviews with various Pesach program operators. So if you're joining right now, feel free to jump in a minute provide any questions you have for this operator. We're going to be joined in a minute by Leisure Time Tours. They have 5 Pesach programs this year, and they have a couple Hanukkah specials as well. So if you guys are looking for any Pesach programs this year, you can always check out the website, PassoverListings.com, the one-stop shop for everything Pesach. We also launched a really cool tool this year. I hope you guys are using it. Every year we always get asked, what's the price? What's the price? So we launched the first ever Pesach program pricing tool right on our website. Click on the button, you go in, and you can literally put in the number of rooms you want, number of people in your party, kids' age ranges, and it spits out close to an exact price, which then you can contact the operator directly with as well. So really stoked about that. Definitely check it out. It's the pricing tool on Passover Listings. And in a minute, we're going to be joined by none other than the Leisure Time Tours. And we will get started in just 1 minute. So bear with us while we get them on. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for jumping on. There we go. All right. We are about to get started. There we go. Huh. And we're having some technical difficulties here. Bear with us. There we go. All righty, guys. Thanks everybody for jumping on. Hey, Robert, long time no speak. How you
Hey,
been?
Big D. Very good.
Huh. All right. Well, I know we're in Hanukkah time right now, and I hope everyone's having a good Hanukkah. But right after Hanukkah, everyone thinks about Pesach, right? Booking programs this year. It's a crazy year. It's a great year, and it's a united year. And we always love talking about Pesach here with Passover listings with different operators. And you're actually the first this year that we're having this conversation with. I know there's some exciting stuff at Leisure Time Tours. You guys have 5 Pesach programs this year.
Actually, 4.
4 Pesach programs this year, sorry. 2 in Florida, 1 in New Jersey, and 1 in Italy.
Correct.
Terrific. So let's talk about, first and foremost, what's going on. I'm sure everyone wants to know everything going on in this world. There's so much going on, as we know, in Israel and thereafter. What's your take on where the Pesach program industry, goes this year, right? Where do you think, how are you doing in terms of people inquiring and kind of figuring things out? And then we'll get into a little bit about your programs and what are you doing in terms of safety too, which is actually a big component towards people's perspective this year as well.
Right. So I think in terms of the marketplace, at least, since October 7th. So October, November, even the last couple of weeks, I find most people want to stay closer to home this year. I mean, we're doing well in our Portofino program in Italy. But there's a lot of people that you're seeing, London and Paris, all the pro-Palestinian, um, you know, uh, marches or whatever you want to call them, and people are definitely concerned. I definitely understand, and I think the U.S. programs is, people feel let's stay closer to home this year, and we always can go, far in next year. Pesach. There's always another Pesach around the corner, so you don't have to. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do what you don't feel comfortable. Given this year.
Right. So you mentioned comfort. Let's get into that, right? Like, how are you making people comfortable at a leisure time tour property this year? What are you doing in
Okay.
terms of safety, different things? Are there new things you're implementing? For example, this year they
Yeah.
made.
I mean, we've always, irregardless of October 7th, we've always increased security, Pesach time, just from the fact of you got a lot of people there, and you know, we always went on top of what the regular hotel security had, but this year we definitely are speaking to the hotels um, much more diligently about security, and they're taking it seriously. And I mean, um, the first line of defense, what the hotels do is they contact the local police force. So that's number one. I could tell you in Italy, they actually dispatch police officers, to the hotel. But they'll be actual police officers sitting, in the lobby of the Imperiale Hotel, and that's local. So
Mhm.
they'll do that by themselves. Um, I know we use, and this was for the last number of years, we use in New Jersey, because every hotel is a little bit different. Um, our Ocean Place Resort, which is right on the boardwalk
Mhm.
in Long Branch, we actually hire an outside security company
Mhm.
that comes in, and they're armed for obviously added security. And this not only, this is also just, for our guests also to feel comfortable and safe. It's not just from the standpoint that, God forbid, we're really, really, worried about somebody, having an attempt on a hotel, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I mean, for years we've always, parked. We've had police cars, parked in front of the hotels, just as a sign, that it's being watched, and we're being as diligent as we possibly can towards
Yeah.
it.
No, that's good. I think added security this year is always a benefit. I think it makes more
Yeah.
people more comfortable, and why not? So you have four programs. It's amazing. I mean, you guys, every year we always hear amazing things from your programs, and the one in Italy, one in New Jersey, the one in Florida, of course, PGA, and now you have a program in Orlando at the Evermore. How
Right.
would you, in one sentence, describe this program? Because to me, it's so different, so unique. Frankly, I don't know if it's been done before. I don't think it has. How would you describe this program at the Evermore Hotel or Resort?
So simply, I basically tell everybody that it's a full-fledged high-end Pesach program. Basically, the only difference is you're getting much more square footage. In other words, the smallest unit that you're getting here is 1,800 square feet. Typically a hotel room is 300, 350,
Right,
square feet in that area. Here, our smallest unit is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms,
right.
living area, dining area.
Yeah, these are
So,
villas. So we're talking about villas, flats, right? These are
right,
like,
right. Basically, the rooming options here are 2 bedroom villas,
hmm
4 bedroom villas, something called a 4 bedroom flat. And
hmm
then you can go into 5 bedroom through 11 bedroom homes.
got it.
So,
That's
you know,
really, because if you want to stay with your family or friends, you could literally stay in the same villa or house, right?
correct,
And still partake in all the amenities of the resort, and it's still a full-fledged program, like you said, high-end program that has food
correct,
and
right.
entertainment
Uh,
and programming, the whole thing. Yeah,
This is not like we're dropping off food
right,
at your room and saying,
right,
you know, go Pesach by yourselves. This is a,
right,
you know, it's communal dining, shul, entertainment, day camp, the whole 9 yards.
right.
And it's just a brand new resort. It's actually officially opening up in the middle of this month. So it's
Wow.
brand spanking new. It's actually, I tell people, I used to tell people it was $1 billion project, but now I was told it's $1.5 billion project. I mean, it's just anybody that I mean, we've had guests that actually, or potential guests that have gone down to look at it,
Hmm.
and they're all amazed. I mean, the centerpiece of the resort is an 8 acre um, fresh, well, actually pool water lagoon swimming pool,
That's
and they actually they built beach all around the pool, so you're
so
actually getting beach. They call it. I don't know what their term is, but it's a beachfront resort in the middle of Orlando.
right. So
So you know,
basically,
2 golf courses, pickleball. I mean, spa. Everything is brand new, and
wow,
we're extremely excited about it.
wow. If you just said pickleball, I'm sure a lot of people are fast growing sport in America. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, so man-made beach in Orlando, 8 acres. Uh,
Well, the resort is much bigger than 8 acres.
right,
Just the
8 acre
pool, right?
pool and lagoon, as you call it. That's unbelievable. And you can go kayak. Like, are there water
Yeah,
sports in this?
kayaking,
Wow.
paddle boarding. You know, when you stand on the
Yeah.
board and paddle board. I mean, they have an electric boat that goes all around the pool.
Wow.
It's an extremely unique um, facility.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And guys, for those who are jumping on, yeah, feel free to ask questions to Robert, who leads Leisure Time Tours, 4 programs, one in Italy, one in New Jersey. Those are his staples. One in PGA, another staple. And then the last one, which is a new program this year that he's launching in the Evermore Resort in Orlando. And we were just talking about the 8 acre lagoon, and that comes with a man-made beach, which is really cool. And that one, the Evermore, Nanga Brooks.
Um, the Gebrauchs question is actually it's interesting regarding specifically U.S. hotels. You know, I can't speak for every program, but I could tell you our program is 95% gluten free. I mean, 95% of the food is not made with any matzah in it. What Anything that is made with matzah, obviously, you know, we clearly mark for the non-Gebrauchs people that don't want to eat it. But are we considered an exclusively non-Gebrauchs resort? The answer is no.
No.
Uh, probably probably due to the fact that it's what's happened in the US is once you're considered a non-Gebrauchs hotel, you're automatically pigeon-toed in. You're going after a more Haredi. You're a Haredi program is basically what the market sees it as. We deal with everybody,
Hmm.
you know, all kinds. We do have separate. We have a pool that we can do separate swimming, and then the main pool, this 8 acre pool, is family swim. So you know, we're not exclusively non-Gebrauchs, but
Okay.
we deal all the time with plenty of non-Gebrauchs people that come. And not only are we dealing with non-Gebrauchs from the standpoint of you know, religious non-Gebrauchs, but you have tons of people that can't eat gluten anymore. So
Yeah.
or they away from
True.
gluten. So
That's
you know,
true.
none of our cake has matzah in it. You know, so like
Right.
I mean, obviously, you know, the matzo balls, they're going to have matzah in it, but
Right.
you don't have to have the matzo ball soup. You can have it without the matzo balls, obviously.
That's true. So every year you do something new, something different, different entertainers, different scholars and residents. Talking about the four programs, maybe you start with the Italy Portofino one, then work your way to Jersey, and then the Florida ones. Right? Who are you having in terms of entertainment and programming that you know of, at least right now? And what is different maybe this year that you haven't done in prior years? Like, why should people kind of check you guys out? What are the different, little tidbits that people really want to know about that may not be out there on a flyer?
Well, for instance, let's talk about Italy and Portofino. While you do get people that come back year in, year out, most of the people that are coming on our Italy program, whether or not they were in one of our other areas in Italy, 3 years ago or 2 years ago, or they went to, our the Ocean Place in New Jersey program, and now they want to go to Italy. So it is different for everybody. It's not like, let's say, our PGA or our Ocean Place where you're getting, 70% of the people that come were there last year. So it is unique to them. Um, what are we doing different at, let's say, a PGA or Ocean Place?
Yeah.
I mean, we are switching up our speakers. Entertainment, we always tweak. We never have the same, things we had last year. So we always, tweak it. But, the meat and potatoes of the program obviously is going to be the same. I mean, thank God these programs are, they're run well and people really, really enjoy it. So, it's not like we're looking to, radically change the program. We just want to, tweak it and keep it fresh. We do change, menu stuff up, or decor, or, the buffets that we always make look different. But the basis of the program is the same.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many programs out there this year. Every year there's a lot of programs. There are 100 plus programs out there around the globe, right? You guys have been around for so many years. I mean, we're talking over 40 plus years, I believe, maybe even longer than that. Like, especially this year with so many options, the biggest thing that we always get from people is that it's such a daunting task to find the right program for people's family. How do you, really differentiate yourselves, with the Florida-based programs or the Italy-based programs or even the New Jersey-based programs? Because you guys operate in all different areas of the world, right? So where do you kind of like come in saying, hey, this is what makes us different. This is, the one thing that we can kind of really tap our hat to. And really, this is what the feedback that people have always said year after year, like they love about leisure time tours. What are the kind of some of those like golden nuggets that you've heard through the years?
So let's say the Ocean Place program in Long Branch. People have told us that, the choices, call it the tri-state area drive hotels, Ocean Place from a Pesach standpoint, is the best program out there. So in terms of location, or we're right off a boardwalk, so beautiful walking area in Long Branch. That whole area has been built up. I mean, it's from a Jewish or religious standpoint of view, there's like 24 shuls in that area now, easy 24, maybe more, between Long Branch and Deal, all walkable. And in the summertime, it's like just like a mecca now of people just wanting to be there. There's kosher restaurants, so location is great. The hotel completely renovated. It's really nice, and thank God, Prestige does a phenomenal job with the catering, and they really enjoy it. In Italy, we're probably considered the most expensive program in Europe.
Hmm.
That is because we always go to a 5-star property, and the food operation also is on a much higher level than typically what the other
Would,
European programs. I mean,
would,
I'm paid.
would you say your Italy program is a little bit more Americanized version in a Europe? or is it more of like, are you just adding a little bit more flair to it? Because a lot of European, they're different than the American programs, American versus
Oh,
European. Because
look, the Imperiale, we max out at 225 people. So it's a small boutique type of program. People like that tremendously, in terms of they even find it from a socialization standpoint of view. They find that smaller is easier, for their kids to meet other people, or even them. I mean, it's one of these programs where people come back and they say, oh, we now have our new travel buddies and we're going away together in the summertime. It's that type of thing.
got
So
it.
when you go to a program and it has 2,000 people, or whatever, some crazy numbers, it's too daunting, and you end up just spending Pesach just with the people in your family. But when you're going on a smaller program, it's much more intimate, and people really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it Americanized, only because the food is very authentic Italian. So you're not going to have those huge, massive buffets that we have obviously in America, because we're dealing with different numbers completely. Everything's more on a smaller scale, and a big difference also is, we do buffet. I'm sorry, we do plated lunches there, versus in the West it's buffet lunches. So that's different. Um, what can I tell you? I mean, we're not bringing in, from an entertainment standpoint of view, we're doing like local, or it's much, we're not bringing in, Modi or Elon Gold. It's just not. There's not a budget for that, because you're
for,
dealing with
for
smaller
Italy,
people.
for the Italy program. Yeah. Do you guys happen to know who you're having yet for the New Jersey or Florida programs yet in terms
I'm
of entertainment?
I'm not yet ready to announce, but we should have that by mid-January. That all should be done.
Amazing, amazing. That's great. Great to hear. Okay. Terrific. So again, this Leisure Time Tours, 4 programs for those joining now. 1 in Italy, 2 in Florida, and 1 in New Jersey. Take a look. You can take a look at our website, passoverlistings.com. Pricing is on the site. Thank you for posting your pricing. It's very useful for people to see prices out there. It's one of the biggest things, reviews and prices,
We've
which is
always we've always, even before Passover existed, we've always posted our pricing. It's
yeah,
not a secret, and we obviously want people to know,
yeah,
as soon as they look at it, what they're looking at.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely can't agree more. And it's great. I think the new program that you guys are launching in Orlando at the Evermore Resort is having Michael Schick, I believe, right? He's the one who's catering that program?
Actually, not. Unfortunately, I, it's not for a Passover listings conversation. I can mention it to you privately, but thank God my
Okay.
fine.
We
But it got a
do
little.
we'll be launching a caterer. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out.
And
But
we're
very
gonna,
excited.
we're under Prestige Caterers.
Prestige Cap. Okay, got it. All right, that's good to know. Thank you for that. Is there anything else that you could tell us about this new resort? I know it has, again, this amazing lagoon where you get a kayak and paddleboard and rope swings and water slides, which is amazing. You have golf courses there too for people who are interested, pickleball, etc. It's really cool. You guys have these flats and villas, right? I think it kind of gives a little bit more bang for the buck for people kind of looking right out there that may not want to, per se, kind of be in more of a villa house style program, but still have that program feel, which is terrific.
Correct.
Um, you know, how did you come up with this? Like, was this something that you've been, working on for a while now, or is this something that you always knew? Because you've been in this industry for many, many years. So where did you kind of just say, hey, you know what, I really want to do this style of program?
Well, truth be told, Michael Schick was the one that brought it to me. somebody contacted him, and he right away he reached out to me, and we just started negotiating the contract with the resort, and it worked out. They're very excited about the project. It's going to be a yearly project. It's not just a one and done. I'm going to be there for a lot of years, and the management is so far a pleasure to work with, which is in the hotel industry sometimes an anomaly.
Yeah.
You don't find, you kind of have dissension sometimes in hotels where, let's say the sales department wanted the program and then other people didn't want the program. But, here everyone is very excited. I've made 5 trips already, having meetings at the hotel, and every time it's going great. And, I just think this property, they're gonna keep on. This is what they call phase one of what
Hmm.
they're doing. There's just so much land that they have a lot of options, and the owner of this property, which is the Dart Group, they're self-funding this. I mean, the guy, is in his mid to late 70s, the owner of the Dart Group, and this is his like last big swan song, to his family, and he wants to leave this, to his heirs, and it's just an incredible development. Like
Amazing.
we've had people that were already into Orlando, and they said, oh, can we swing by? You know,
Yep.
they call us from the place, and they're like, my mouth is my jaw dropped open. This is like incredible. I've never seen a place like this, and so
It's
we're very excited about it.
yeah, it's really cool because you're also close to Disney,
Yeah,
as well. People want to go, people want to go, go away during Kalamoe to Disney World. So that's nice as well for during Kalamoe,
Disney World.
Disney
Uh,
World.
yeah, we're also
Um,
going to have we'll have a discount code for tickets for those people that want to do that. Um, and oh, you mentioned to me if we're doing any specials during
yes, Hanukkah specials. That's what people are.
So, just call our office, 718-528-0700, and look us up online, leisuretimetours.com, and we'll be happy to send anybody a proposal. And yeah, we're
Sounds good.
as they say.
All right, guys. Well, thanks, Robert, for your time here. Again, check them out. Leisure Time Tours, 4 properties, 2 in Florida, 1 in New Jersey, and 1 in Italy. You can check them out at passoverlistings.com, leisuretimetours.com. You can email them at info@leisurett.com, or give them a call as well, for the number that Robert just provided, 718-528-0700. Really excited. Some Hanukkah specials, guys. Definitely give them a call. Book now. Call them up. And Robert, thanks so much for all this information. We're excited to see what happens this year, and we'll talk soon.
All right, buddy. All the
Thanks.
best.
Take care.